everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. Before we get started here, I just want to apologize for the poor audio quality in my last video, yesterday's video. I was not aware that my microphone had sounded like shit that entire time until after I, listened back to it, and I was like, well, fuck, the audio's shit and I don't know why. And I decided not to re-record everything because I was just like, I might as well just upload it anyways and just say sorry for the audio quality. And I still feel bad about that. So hopefully the problem is fixed. I was up for maybe an hour last night trying to make sure that my microphone was okay. So hopefully it sounds okay right now, and I've been doing tests over and over again, trying out different things to make sure that, the audio quality sounds fine. So just so you guys get an image of what my setup is, I know this has nothing to do with, the game, but I just want to explain some things. So for the longest time, this microphone has really long wires, a really long wire, and it was dangling on the floor, and so normally it would have been fine, but yesterday I think it was just a kind of like a cry for help, don't leave me on the floor. So I picked it up and it's right on my desk beside my laptop now, and there's a little box thing that's in between the wire that's connected to the microphone and the other wire that's connected to the computer, and I don't know what exactly it is. I'm not a technical person, but I know it's something to do with the microphone, because obviously if it wasn't part of the microphone, then why would it be part of the microphone? So hopefully the issue is solved now. I even did I already recorded a little intro before this video to make sure that it was working fine with the game audio. So everything should be fine now. And long story short, I'm sorry about the bad audio quality in the last video. It should be solved now. And if it turned to shit somehow while in the middle of me recording this, then I might need to get a new microphone. But anyways, with that being said, all that aside, let's continue the game. I'm sorry that was a really long intro. I just wanted to explain some things and, explain what was going on. And the issue should be resolved now, so if it's not, then I might need to get a new microphone, which will probably be in a while. I already have a different microphone, but it doesn't, I don't know, I haven't tried it out yet, so, and if that doesn't work, then I might need to get a new one, but that, I'll figure that out. I think I should have money for that. Anyways, with that being said, with all that aside, let's get into the game. Sorry. It took a lot to convince everyone that I needed to enter the palace alone. It is the people outside who are fighting Mother that need the greater strength. Bringing any one of them with me would have greatly diminished that strength. I must quickly find the king. Mother always made sure to leave the king in the throne room whenever she left, so it follows that she would leave him there now. It's too quiet in here. I push open the doors and stop in the doorway. The king is sitting on his throne with the vacant expression fixed to his face. He does not so much as flinch as I step inside. I tentatively make my way to the throne. Your Majesty? He does not speak. His eyes remain fixated in the same place, as if he's not looking through me. As if he's looking through me. Fuck. Is he gone forever? Angela needs you. The king I know would never leave his kingdom to ruin. I'm standing close enough to him that I could reach out and touch him if I wanted to. What do I have to do to save you? So now you're being nice to him. I roll around and place myself in between the king and Varg. All those years you had the opportunity to reach out to him, but you never did. So I guess the king had to be missing his soul for you to care about him. What are you doing here, Varg? Someone had to keep an eye on the old man. The queen thought someone might try to take the old man while she was busy. I had a feeling it would be you who would return. You can't bear the thought of losing someone else, can you? what are you going to do then? I am not leaving without the king. Varg is silent as he makes his way toward me. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to stop him, but I will not move. I cannot let him take the king, and I will not succumb to his threats. It is at that moment, just as he is about to reach out to me, that he suddenly drops to his knees and puts a hand to his chest, his expression pained. I just need a little more time. What is happening to him? He manages to talk to me through gritted teeth. You shouldn't have come here alone, especially not with the big bad wolf here. It's my job to destroy you, you know. He flashes me a wicked grin, but the expression is shockingly short-lived. It is replaced by a soft smile. But this big bad wolf can't do that. You can't destroy a person you've fallen in love with. Oh, shit! Okay, I see you. Okay. I wasn't expecting you to say that, but okay. Okay. Same here! That's me right now. How are you in love with me? Yeah, how? Varg looks at me amused. How? Blame Fritz. This was never meant to happen, but I can't help feelings that were there from the get-go. The queen wasn't pleased with your knight, so she tried to erase him forever. But he hung on. He was pretty sure that if you could be strong, so could he. He looks up at me with such sadness I actually feel guilt stir within me, and I am not entirely sure why. Because you love him too! I don't think Fritz could ever deserve you. Oh, wow! Okay! Deserve me? But he's more worthy of you than I will ever be. Oh, okay! This is getting a little cheesy. I'm nothing more than a moth drawn to your fire. I can only ever be burned by you. Maybe Fritz will have better luck. Shadows begin to gather around Varg's feet and start to slowly swirl up the length of his body. Does that mean Fritz is coming back? I know that this is the only thing you would ever want from me. I just wanted to tell you how I felt. Just that. Gods know that Fritz is incapable. But he is capable of one thing. He's a good hunter. He defeated me fair and square to save Little Red, and now I have no choice but to step aside. So Fritz has overpowered Varg? Try to miss me, princess. Think about me every now and then. That would be enough. Okay! I will think about you in my dreams and be like, what the fuck? Varg, what are you? Goodbye, my princess. He smiles at me, his cocky grin faded into a gentle smile. The shadows cloak him fully, making him little less than a silhouette. I keep myself firmly positioned in front of my father. The darkness eventually dissipates, and there, standing in the moonlight, is a familiar face. You know what would have been cool? If he came back, and like, half of his hair was still black, and he was kind of like half Varg, half Fritz. That would be fucking awesome, actually. Kind of turned me on a little bit. Think about that. Woo! Damn. Okay. Anyways, Fritz. I'm not turned on. I'm just being silly. I'm back. I look at him with bleary eyes. I'm sorry for taking so long, princess. I'm running before I even realize my feet are moving. I am overwhelmed with so many emotions, none of which I can put a name to in this moment. I know only that I am happy, so happy Fritz is back. Oh my god! Okay. Holy fuck, okay, I wasn't prepared for this, but okay, I mean, I won't object. Okay, my body was not ready for this. Give me a minute and my body will be ready for this, okay? Hold on, honey. Oh my god. It's funny, because, you know, I should expect to see this stuff, but honestly, I'm just like, oh, my virgin eyes. My virgin eyes. I throw my arms around his neck and kiss him. Fritz pulls his arms around my waist, pulling me closer. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, honey. Okay. Okay, honey. I see you. I see you. Okay. Who does this? Who does this? I need to know who has done this before, because I haven't. I wish I could have done this, but nope. I don't have the balls to do something like this. Ever. This is him. This is Fritz's heartbeat. His scent. His warmth. Okay, now you're just getting a little bit creepy now. He came back to me. Thoughts roll through my foggy head. I step away from him ever so slightly, suddenly aware of the heat in my cheeks. Wait, did I just kiss Fritz? No! You ran out of chapstick, so you gave some of his that was already on your lips. You know, it's a totally normal thing. I just pulled that out of my ass. I cannot bring myself to move away from his grasp, but I suddenly cannot bring myself to look up at him either. Yo, no, I get that. I get you. I'm like that too. Why did I just... Fritz's gentle laugh brings me back to my senses. Though it is hard to parse the feelings inside of me, I can at least be certain that I love the smile he's giving me right now. This feels like a dream. Yes, it is a dream! Wake up now! Bye-bye! It does. And not just because of what happened, but because Fritz is here. Really here. Fritz leans forward to slowly brush a strand of hair away from my face. My heart pounds in my chest at the subtle touch. Once again, my mind is reeling with considerations. If the princess says it isn't a dream, then it must be real because I trust her with all my heart. Okay, don't talk about me in third person. It's kind of creepy. Or just weird. I thought I'd lost you for good. I do not flinch away when Fritz pulls me closer so that I am resting against his chest. But how did this happen? Did you overwhelm Varg? Varg erased himself. How is that possible? He's always had that ability, but he's never had any reason to consider using it before. Then why now? Because he cared for you. My love for you is so strong, it must have affected him too. You love me? No! He fucking hates your guts! Varg said the same thing and he blamed Fritz, so is it true? Fritz smiles and I feel his warmth spread inside me like sunlight. Always, David. Aww! Aww! You're so cute, you're so nice to me. Well, this is quite the scandal. Oh no, you fucking ruined the mood. Ruined the moment. Ugh! Fritz moves to stand in front of me. My queen is not going to be pleased. If my curse was so weak that even Sir Fitzgerald could break it, I do not think even I am safe from her wrath. But I believe her disappointment in me would be second to the disappointment she feels for the disappoint. To the disappoint she feels for you. I'm sorry, I didn't know that was a word. Well, it is a word, but to the disappointment, I'm gonna assume that means disappointment instead of just disappoint. She feels for you. That was the yawn. After all, you chose a lowly knight. How dare you! Princess. I stepped short at Fritz's tone. You have an important task, don't you? The king. But Mithros... Trust me. Fritz releases my hand to pull out his sword, sinking easily into a ready stance. I'll protect you. Oh shit! Things are about to go down! Woo! My body isn't ready! It's never ready. Let's just be honest. It's never ready. My body is never ready for any of this shit. You think you could possibly prevail over me? Now when you have no cane, no power at all? Don't make me laugh! Don't make me laugh! My funny friend, don't make me bend in half! Don't be a cod, babe! I'm sorry, I love that song. I love Tim Curry, okay? His voice is just like, oh. His voice is like the vocal embodiment of like, I don't know, fucking I'm fucking. It's just so sensual. It's just like, hell yeah. Fritz strikes, his slash quick and clean, taking Mithras by surprise. Fritz manages to cut a sword through his shoulder. Woo! Mithras hisses as he clutches his bleeding shoulder. The hatred is bright in his eyes. As Fritz rushes Mithras, I run toward the king. You think a mere swordsman can best one of the queen's apprentices? I'd be more wary if I were you, Sir Mithras. I approach the king, who has yet to move from his spot. What do I do? How can I possibly move him? I need to wake him up. Wake me up inside. Wake me up. Save me! But how? Your Majesty, I have been selfish. I was always so concerned with my own feelings and my own pain. I reach out a trembling hand and set it atop of one of his hands. Now I realize you were trying to help. It may have been lackluster, but fuck! I can't talk now! Now I realize you were trying to help. It may have been lackluster, but you genuinely tried. I have been so unfair to you, just like Mother was. I do not know if words are enough to make up for what I have done, but I am sorry. I am sorry for being so cruel to you. Please, I need you. I stare hard into my father's eyes, but there is no movement, no recognition. I dip my head in mourning and bite my lip as I try to think of another way to save him. But my thoughts subside when a flash of light permeates my vision. It is only for a moment, but when I look up, I can suddenly see life in my father's eyes. Jaybird? Your Majesty! I reach out to hug him, and he wraps his arms around me.
I feel like I've been asleep for a long time. And I've heard your voice. It sounded as if you needed me.
And then I heard your voice. What
has happened?
He eyes the motion behind me and raises his eyebrows. He attempts to stand, but his knees shake and buckle. I duck underneath one of his arms to help him back onto the throne. The king stiffens as he glances at the battle ensuing behind me.
Sir Mithras and Sir Fitzgerald? What is going on here?
The king has broken the enchantment? Impossible! I told you not to underestimate her. Your Majesty, we need you. Your Majesty, we need to get. Fuck! I need to speak! Speak! Woman! Speak properly! You need to speak it properly! Fuck! I touched my microphone. I'm sorry about that. Your Majesty, we need to get you out of here. What is happening here? Mother suddenly materializes in the center of the room, standing right before Mithras and Fritz, who is the witch at sword point against front doors. But Mother is not alone. Mother has Parfait in a tight grip, but the moment I call her name, she releases her, and Parfait tumbles to the floor. Crimson stains her dress. Oh, no! Parfait, you're bleeding! Oh, duh, she does. What the fuck? She knows that she's bleeding! Parfait does not move to acknowledge me. Fate would not let it go, so I had to bring her with me. Not that it matters. What did you do to her? Where are the others? They retreated like cowards, persistent things. I would have killed them had Faye not sacrificed herself. I let out a sigh of relief. They're all okay and alive. You still care so much about those traitors. I cannot understand your attachment to them. Mother turns her attention away from me and to the two men who are at a standstill. Mithras, you disappoint me. With a flick of her hand, Fritz is pulled away from Mithras and across the throne room toward me. I move to steady Fritz as he stumbles beside me. I am sorry, my queen. I have given you too many chances to prove yourself worthy. You have failed me too many times, Myth. You are of no use to me anymore. But my queen, I've done everything you wanted me to. Please give me one more chance. I promise Silence! Mother's voice is as cold as and sharp as ice. Leave before I erase you from my sight. Please, my queen. Mother casts a spell at Mithras that is all too familiar. It is the same spell she used to kill Delora. Mithras does not even have a chance to defend himself as Mother's spell shocks his body. Such a pest. I don't even know why I kept that useless fool all these years. I slowly turn to look at Mithras. He's no longer standing but lays unmoving on the floor. I feel bile rising in my throat. I cannot believe Mother just did that to him.
How could you take away that man's life so easily, Hilda? How can you be so heartless?
It is the first time I ever heard my father speak to Mother that way. Heartless. I am heartless. Humans shattered my heart many years ago when you hunted my kind. You did this to me! Out of the corner of my eye, I notice movement. In moments, Parfait moves to stand before us, blocking us from Mother. Even though her clothes are soaked in blood and she is clearly wounded, Parfait has never looked so regal before. You! Parfait's hands move, before resting over her chest where light begins to gather in her hands. In the blink of an eye, a glittering golden crystal appears above her hands. Is that the Lucas? But the light the Lucas is emitting is uneven. As I look closer, I can see that it is cracked. What are you doing?
The only thing that can stop you.
My heart plummets as I realize what Parfait is going to do. Parfait, no! If Parfait hears me, she gives no indication. If you do this, you'll die, Faye. You'll die and remove all magic from Angeli forever.
Nothing else will stop me, will it? Your hatred for the humans, the corruption from the Tenebrarum. It runs too deep. I see that now. Magic was never meant to be used with malice, Hilda. So long as witches can be corrupted, magic will always pose a threat. I can't allow that to happen. I wanted to change things with the lore, but...
What gives you the right to decide what to do with the magic?
I am the Lucius Bearer. I have a responsibility to maintain balance. But I see now that there can be no balance when the crystal exists.
Light begins to gather, first around Parfait's feet and then around her body. It slowly begins to make its way toward Mother. In no time at all, the light swarms around their bodies. A white crystal suddenly appears in front of Mother, the Tenebrarum. I won't let you do this, Faye!
It is too late for that.
The golden light of the Lucius intensifies. I can hear the crystal shattering from the inside out. No! The Tenebrarum breaks soon after, its fragments slowly fading with the bright light. Mother and Parfait's images begin to do the same, despite Mother's struggle. Oh! This is getting sad. Both they and the crystalline slowly dissipate into the mist. No! I lunge forward, but Fritz's arms are suddenly around my waist, holding me still. Mother snarls as she attempts to escape Parfait. But the light around her creates a thick box she cannot escape from. You would die for the humans that have hunted my kind because of their fairy tales.
No, I'm dying for you, Hilda. So that for once, I might save you from yourself.
Mother chokes out a laugh. You are a fool, Faye!
Perhaps I am, but at least I will die with hope in my heart.
Mother turns to look at me in the blinding light. Parfait's concentration never wavers as she turns to settle her eyes on me as well. Mother's face is fading in the glow, but her voice is clear. I truly did love you, Jaybird. Everything I have done, everything I did out of love. Parfait smiles at me gently. It is a silent goodbye. There's a brief burst of light, and for a few moments I am blinded. When my vision returns, I see Fritz first. He is staring where Parfait and Mother had been only moments ago. On the floor where they stood moments ago, there is now only dust. Oh my god, I am sad. With the loss of the chrysalim, magic vanished from Angeli. All the fairy tale curses broke simultaneously, and all witches and fairies lost their power. As soon as it disappeared, I turned to an education centered around the knowledge of Angeli rather than magic. I had decided back then that I would do anything to help Angeli and its people, and it needed to start first by educating myself. I'd started to follow my father on his trips around the kingdom. I'd even started to accompany Emmeline on all her trips outside the palace. Fritz had remained by my side for the past month. He comes with me every day I visit the graves. Carefully so as not to disturb the flowers Durin had left earlier, I leaned down to place my lilies by each gravestone. Garland, Delora, Parfait, and the last is always the hardest. With a deep breath, I walk up to the fourth gravestone. I stare at it for a long time before I finally set Lily down. Mother. Fritz and I stand there in silence as we grieve for the lives lost that day. I look up into the sky and smile as I stare at the warm rays of the sun. I shift my gaze at Fritz, who smiles at me. He has never left my side since that day. Fritz has already told me that he loves me, but I have yet to tell him my own feelings. Fritz? Yes? I didn't have the chance to ask this before, but how can you possibly love me? I've been so horrible, not just to you, but to everyone around me. Fritz's expression softens. He gently tilts my chin upward so that I can't have to look at him as he speaks. For as long as I've known you, you've had to deal with things no one should have to go through. You were forced to live in the Queen's shadow because others refused to see past your relationship to her. You've been alone for so long, and I could see how much you were hurting. But despite all that pain, you remained strong. You've always been strong. From the beginning, all I've wanted to be was someone who could rely on, who you could rely on, someone who you could trust, someone who would always be there for you. I must have trusted him from the beginning too. Fritz was the only one I allowed to get close to me. I do not look away from him, but instead I stare back into his eyes with conviction. I know I may not have shown it, but I did trust you. I've always been able to tell. You wear your heart on your sleeve. I do not! Fritz laughs, and the slight cockiness of his smile reminds me a little bit of someone else, Varg. It's been years since you became my responsibility. Once I learned your tales, you became an open book. He surprises me by putting his forehead to mine. The feeling of him so close is comforting. I love the way you're so careful with whatever you consider precious. I love how your eyes light up when you eat a good pastry. I love whenever you rely on me. I bite down on my lip as I blink back tears. No one has ever had that kind of faith in me. Before I knew it, you'd made a spot for yourself in my heart. And I began to hope that one day I could be as dear to you as you are to me. I stare up at Fritz, the tears pooling in my eyes. Oh my god, stop being such a pussy, don't cry! He wipes away a tear before it can roll down my cheek. Oh my god! I have never felt so cherished before. I do not step away when he leans forward to plant a kiss on my forehead. Aww. This is so cute. I love it. I love it. I love everything about it. It's wonderful. This is the best thing ever. Oh yes. Now I don't know what to do for a thumbnail. I'll probably just use this instead. Woo! Unless there's another thing that's gonna come up after this, then woo-wee! Hoo-wee! Hoo-wee! My body is ready. My body's finally ready. After all of this, my body is finally ready. I hold out my hand and Fritz comes to my side. I feel the warmth of his fingers and smile. When things begin to overwhelm me, he never fails to calm me. I grip his hand more tightly. Jaybird? I love you. You know that, right? I've known for a while, but it's nice to hear it all the same. Wow! Then I'll say it for as long as you want me to. For the rest of our lives, then? A princess and her knight, huh? Does that matter? No, it doesn't. Even if there was such a rule, I'd abolish it once I become queen. Fritz starts to laugh. As always, his laughter is full of so much joy it lifts my heart. I want to hear it for the rest of my life. And maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to. Aww. Aww. Aww, that was such a sweet ending. Oh, my heart. Oh, that was so sweet. Oh, that was so sweet. I love it. Oh. I just keep saying, oh. That was so nice. Well, next up is obviously gonna be Waltz, and then I'm done with this game. I can't believe it. I played this game. You know how long I played this game for? It's been a year. This is basically the 1-year anniversary of me starting this game. Isn't that funny? Isn't that amazing? I've been doing daily uploads for about a year now. Like, for a year now. Never missed a day. Never missed a day. And this is my 1-year anniversary of me starting this game. Me starting to play this game. I don't think you guys realize this, but this is amazing. I've been doing this for a year. And I'm still not done. I'm still not done with this game. Because it's so good. I love it. The reason I love this game so much is because all the routes are so different. You know? I mean, yes, they revolve around the same plot, but, you know, there's difference between all the characters, and I love that. I don't have to skip everything because there's new story. There's more story, you know? Instead of, like, playing something like Seduce Me the Otome, which is basically the same thing over and over and over again with all the main guys, and I guess that makes sense. But still, I love this game so much. I am gonna be so sad when I'm done with it because I'll be like, what am I gonna play on Sundays now? You know? I can't believe I've been doing this for a year, you know? I mean, it's not a bad thing either. I obviously, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have done this for a year, you know? So, yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry. I'm just amazed with myself. And hey, we got achievement unlocked, Red Hood. Now we just need to get Waltz and then we're done. Wow. And to think, it all started with this man right here. I love this game. This game is I'm gonna remember this game for the rest of my life. Well guys, with that being all said, if you guys enjoyed this episode of Cinderella Phenomenon and you would like to see more of this game, then leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!